So when it comes to mixed signals, there's two parts to this. There's two ways to look at it. There's women who are genuinely naive from lack of experience, from not being well in tune with their emotions and just not really having any experience with relationships and not knowing how to convey those feelings. But then there's a big plethora of women who are very aware of what they're doing and will give mixed signals, hot and cold, pull along the lines simply for the benefit of getting attention and validation from a man. And I've seen a lot of that. That is complete narcissism. To use someone for that it's a power move. You are doing it for your own social benefit. You are doing it for your own ego. To have a guy chasing you or liking you. So there was a girl when I was in community college, and I'll use her real name because what does it matter now? It was a few years ago. There's so many women with the same name, but her name was Samantha. And I was taking a math class with her, and there was another guy from India who would study with us. They had the library and I think also a student learning center where they had tutors for math and stuff. So we usually go there after class and study. And this girl was very beyond the ordinary for what would be considered a peer-to-peer interaction for school. Just the way she would look at you, she'd get physical. She would talk about things that are very personal, things that are not something something quite frankly, things pretty trashy to be sharing in the public. This girl was 19 years old and had been with like 7 different guys, she was saying. And from what I've heard now, I've heard those are rookie numbers. I think that's way too many. In what world is a girl just getting out of high school and been with 7 different guys? That tells me right there that she's slept around. I mean, you can't be in that many different relationships that went anywhere. That's just hooking up. But she would do these things and do these over the top things and act like she's interested. But then some days she'd be very, very cold. She would be very, almost not spiteful, but just, she wouldn't really want to seem to give you any time of day or anything. She would flip-flop. It'd be like a roller coaster of emotions. And there came a point where the Indian guy, because she was doing the same stuff with me that she was with him, I imagine, he actually made a move on her and she like flipped out about it. She had actually messaged me talking crap about the guy, saying, oh, he made a move, I don't want to study with him anymore, all this stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, whatever. At that point, I was done with her, to be honest with you. I didn't interact with her after that. But she was going so far and beyond. And I actually came to find out that she was even with the guy during that time, and she cheated on him, big surprise, cheated on him shortly after that. So that would explain why she's been with so many guys at that age. I've experienced it, seeing other friends put up with it. Now that to me is wrong on so many levels. It's so manipulative because not only are you doing it for your own ego, you are playing with someone else's emotions. You are getting someone excited thinking, oh, she's into me. Because let's be honest, most guys, if a girl's getting physical, going through that barrier of getting physical, the touch barrier, most guys would think she's wanting to get intimate and certainly interested. And it's not even just that. Like I said, we all know what girls things different for things. Going out of your way to what would be considered normal conversation and crossing these boundaries. This is something that is playing with the man's emotions, and you're going to get him verbally, or should I say, you're going to get him mentally thinking about you. And you are going to get off on that because of your narcissism, because of your trauma in the past or whatever caused you to have this narcissistic personality disorder. That's what it is. I've heard people say that, oh, there's more narcissists now. We need to stop acting like this is normal and okay. These narcissists are out for their own ways to seek validation and attention to feel better about themselves. That's what they want. And they want power over people to do that. They need other people's attention and validation because they are so miserable. They have such low self-esteem that they have no peace of mind in themselves. That's why they do stuff like that. That's the truth. And if there indeed is a rise in narcissism, that's why you see a lot more of that behavior. I have a friend of mine who we go to Buffalo Wild Wings with. There's a waitress there who's talking to him and acting all flirty with him, even going as far as calling him handsome, saying he's cute, saying she likes it when he's there. Come to find out, she has a boyfriend who's like in the army and not in the state right now. And then 2 weeks after that, he's there. She's acting all weird. It's because she wants that attention and validation because her boyfriend is gone. She has no peace of mind. And then meanwhile, my friend's dealing with her stuff, getting all excited because he thinks, oh, she's interested. This girl's kind of cute, whatever. And then she went as far as like showing us or showing him, gotta itch my back, but showing him pictures of her and the boyfriend to make him jealous or something. These emotional games that are being played are so wrong. And we are lucky, quite frankly, to be in the generation we are. There's a lot of crap that millennial and Gen Z have to put up with. But with the internet and a lot of awesome YouTube channels, we have the ability to learn these kind of things and learn about the female psychology rather than having to make those own mistakes out of our own lack of experience or being naive. That's why I think it's so cool to have all these awesome channels a lot bigger than mine, who are helping young men helping young men not make those kind of mistakes. Because stuff like this is exactly what we're talking about. When we say this kind of narcissistic behavior, it has to stop, guys. It's not okay in any way to play with people's emotions. It is a form of abuse. That is manipulation. That is narcissistic abuse, guys. Thank you so much for viewing. Hope you guys stay tuned for the next one.